Hi and welcome to Gary Fullwood Designed Living. My name's Gary and I'm here today to show you how to measure your own kitchen. I've got my pen ready, I've got my A-frame ready, so I hope you're ready to pay attention to what I'm about to show you. Now the reason I am doing these tutorials because since lockdown we've had to add this into our systems and our processes, and it's absolutely been amazing because it's not just about lockdown. If you haven't got a childminder, you can't get a babysitter, you work late, you work early, and you just can't get that time to get down to the showroom to give your measurements, or you haven't got the right time for someone to come round your house to take the measurements themselves. This is where this opportunity just saves you all that time, and you can do it in your own time with this guide, this little bit of a tutorial on helping you do that, and then you can forward your measurements on, your video on, whatever you want to your own showroom and designer, and they can start getting creative because they'll start to understand this space that is in your home, so we can get creative with these designs. So what we'll do is I'll go through and show you the specifics and the measurements we should be looking out for when measuring up your own kitchen. So let's get started, and then like I say, if you have any questions, you can stick them in the box and I'll answer them later on. But here we go. So in a general kitchen, what we'll have is you've obviously got the outside walls, we've obviously got back doors, we've got windows. Sometimes we do have patio doors or French doors, all them sort of things. But I'll just do like a basic plan and outline to give you that sort of feel on what you need to do and the measurements you need to find in your house. So let's just do it as a basic kitchen. So we've got wall, we've got wall, we've got wall. Let's say we've got some nice big doors because this might be a dining area. Wall. Then we come up here, then we've got the entrance in, and then we got wall again. So what we got, so we're here, what I'll generally do, I'll just mark that out and make sure, say if we've got some nice big doors there at that end, we've then got maybe the main door from a hallway into the kitchen, and then let's say we've got a window in the kitchen area. So that's what we need to do. So this is the outside. So what we've got all the outside walls, we've got the big double walls that might be in like a dining room area, we've got the main door coming in to the kitchen area, and then we've got the window. So the measurements that we really crucially need are wall to window, crucial, the actual width of the window, and then window to wall, and then we'll repeat that on the big long wall that we've got here, where we've got wall and wall, so that gives that whole measurements. Then what we need is the measurement from wall to the start of the doors. We'll then also need the width of the doors themselves. Then we've got doors to wall, and then we'll repeat the process. We've got wall to door. Now it's important that you include the door frame within your door measurements, and you get the whole width of the door. We're not losing any measurements there. So then width of the door, and then from door frame again all the way up to the other corner. So that gives us our complete outside measurements of what we need for the kitchen. Okay. Another measurement I want to talk to you about. I'm just going to do a little rectangle down here. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. So what we've got, just a little rectangle. What we generally need is the height of the window, and then the measurement from the floor to the window sill. Now this helps us understand that if you've got a low window in place, we can't put any units, or you can't have any furniture in front of that window. So without them measurements, you can't really understand where we can position the units, hobs, cupboards, and all them sort of things. So we need to make sure we've got all them crucial measurements. Another measurement we'll always need is the ceiling height. Now excuse my writing here, but hopefully you understand that and you can read that okay. But that's the ceiling height. We do need to understand the height from the floor to the ceiling, because this can interpret what height units we can have in all parts of the kitchen. Because some kitchens you have really high ceilings, some have low ceilings. So we need to make sure that we get in the heights right of the wall units and the base units, and especially the tall units, if they are fridge freezers, oven housings, all them sort of things go into place. So that's another crucial measurement. Now another thing you do find in quite a few kitchens is a boiler. Now obviously this will be hidden behind a cupboard door somewhere, so we need to understand the boiler as well. So generally what you can do when you're measuring your kitchen is just draw a little box in the corner, show us where that boiler is. Now what we need to do is the measurement from the wall to the end of the boiler, that way. The depth of the boiler, so once again front to back, all the measurements. And another thing that's really crucial, I'm going to stick that in the middle here, is if we have got the boiler on the wall, this way here, the height from the floor to the underneath of the boiler, because that's once again a crucial measurement in terms of how we're going to box in that boiler, how we can cover that in. So it's a really crucial measurement for that. So we need to understand that as well. And you sometimes depending on the house, you might have the saw pipe, the bathroom will be directly above the kitchen. So there's a big saw pipe that will come down for this. So sometimes what you might find in your kitchen is another box in the far corner where the water is coming down from the bathroom. So once again, it's really important that we understand how deep and how wide that boxing is. Once again, it's things we need to work around, we need to box around if need be. So these are crucial measurements we need to know. But in terms of the measurements for your kitchen, this is generally outside. So let's just go through it again. So once again, it's always wall-to-wall measurements, wall-to-window measurements. We need the window width and height, as I showed down here. Then we've got the full length of wall. And then if you have got any patio doors or French doors going out into a garden area, we do need to know the width of the doors as well. So once again, so we can utilise every millimetre of space when it comes to creating that perfect design for your kitchen. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's clear. And once again, these are the sort of things you can do. And once you've taken all these measurements, you can either put it onto a bit of A4 paper and you can just take a photo of it. You can send it over to your showroom or your designer. The other things you can do is take videos. Videos are a godsend when it comes to creating someone's dream kitchen, because if you do a short video and go around the whole room, taking a video of everywhere where there are certain bits, we get a real good feel without having to physically come to the house. So that's and obviously plenty of photos, loads of photos where you can email them, you can WhatsApp them as well. That's a really good way of doing this. And once again, with all these crucial measurements that we can get from you guys, and that you understand the type of measurements you want, then no matter what shape your kitchen is, you get a gist of where you need the measurements to go from, and the heights and the widths of everything that's required. Because once you get that information over to your designer, they can start creating the most amazing kitchen for you, and they haven't got to keep coming back to you of asking you technical questions about how high is this, where's this, what's that, because you've just fed them all that information that is required to make sure the kitchen designs can be created to suit your needs. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you really enjoyed that. I hope you got some from that. Like I say, you can obviously pause and play this video as much as you want to understand how that video. And if you are looking to have your kitchen project done and you want some help, please drop us a message in the boxes below and get in contact with me. If you want me to go through your kitchen design, create some amazing designs for you, I'm more than happy to do that for you. But other than that, this is a real good, simple practice for you to do, to take to any kitchen designer, any kitchen showroom, and then create your ultimate kitchen design. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any questions, leave them the message below and I'll speak to you soon. But thank you so much for watching Gary Fullwood Designed Living. Take care.